There was definitely stuff out there. The thing that I always have to remind myself was there was really no extreme metal then. I mean, it started with Creator and Slayer and, you know, Dark Angel, yeah, you know, Death Angel. It started there, and Testament and all of these bands. So, and it just kind of snowballed. And then when I heard Napalm Death for the first time, I was like, oh my God. You know, because it was just noise and absurd, and I loved it. It was just like white noise, like putting the needle just every once in a while you hear. I was like, oh my God, that's great. You know, this is going to make Mom and Dad real mad. So that's what I was thinking during that time period. And you know, you would write a song with your band you're playing with, and maybe it had, you know, it was 190 and had double bass for 8 bars, and you go out and you'd play it live. You know, and it'd get faster, and then you'd write another song that was a little quicker, and it had double bass for longer, and it progressed, you know? It just turned into what it is now. I would feel sorry for some of you cats coming in trying to learn, like, you know, Nile songs and Hate Eternal and all this stuff, man. That would be a nightmare. That would be tough. So I kind of grew up with it, you know, just a snowball effect. And the one drummer that did, like, I think that really put blast beat stuff on the map at the time was Pete Sandoval from Lord Abel. You know, Pete was the guy that took what Napalm Death and Electro Hippies and Repulsion and all these other bands that were doing blast beat stuff, but Pete took it and made it feel some way. You know, you actually got, you know, it actually had, instead of just being, you know, chaos, it actually had a rhythm to it. He was the first cat, you know, doing that stuff. And he really like set the bar, as far as I was concerned, for that style of drumming, you know, for all the way up until, you know, even, you know, the last few records. You know, I mean, for 20 years, that guy's been at the top of the pack, you know. But he was really the one guy as far as extreme metal. I came from a background of, I grew up in a very musical household, so like metal wasn't the first form of music that I got into, you know. I mean, I grew up with Buddy Rich and Krupa and of course Miles Davis and Tony Williams, Billy Cobham. You know, these were the cats that influenced me when I came up, because I was around it all the time with my family and stuff. And then as soon as you know, my brother is 9 years older than I am, and he brought Kiss and Black Sabbath and Alice Cooper, all that stuff into the household. And while he was out going to get girls, because he was older than me, I was learning to play his guitar, learning to play Kiss songs and Sabbath and all this stuff, you know. So I kind of fell in love with the music from that aspect, because it was easy. You know what I mean? It was like, as a kid, you don't get the complexities of what's going on in other styles of music as much. You know, that stuff grows on you, you know. I was lucky in the fact that I did have a very musical household, and I kind of got all of that stuff off the bat. I mean, I was playing in clubs by the time I was 8 years old with my brother and my cousin. You know, we were jamming, playing everything from Leonard Skinner to Boston to Kansas to whatever we could play, you know. And that's always a big thing too, and I tell people, and I never remember to tell people enough, but if you're truly looking to be a better musician, play with other musicians. Don't play in your bedroom by yourself. Don't worry about the hand technique and all of that stuff. I mean, yeah, that stuff will come, but play with other musicians, man. That's how we get better, I think, you know, by feeding off of each other and energy that each other has. And I mean, certain people draw certain things out of us. You know, Forrest and I were talking, you know, you're saying about Jerome. You know, he brings stuff out. It's like he's playing notes for you almost on the drums. And I can relate, you know, a lot with that. Rutan, jamming with Eric. You know, I felt like that playing with Eric. There was this stuff being pulled out of you, and sometimes you just do not get that in a bedroom. You know, in fact, you never get that in a bedroom, unless your Mickey Mouse doll is talking to you or something. Oh, hey, play this. But anyway, all right, let me play a couple more tunes. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Good. Well, we'll talk a little more. All right. Be thinking of some questions. Oh yeah. All right. What do you guys want to hear?
Nile.
Do you know I don't have any of that? I wish I did. I need to bug Carl about getting me some drumless tracks to Black Seeds or something. Because that stuff would be fun to play.
Blood science.
Yeah. I need to do that. That would be fun. What am I going to jam out? Let's see. Anybody mess with double strokes at all? Bass drums?
Yeah, like Yeah, how do you practice that?
I don't know if there's even any way to practice that stuff other than just sitting there going, working on it. This song I used to play single strokes on, and it's not. I mean, it's about 2:30, I guess, so it's a little quick, but it's not fast in the terms of extreme metal nowadays, But I found out that since I've been doing a lot of miking lately, I've been liking to play this, double strokes in this tune because it just feels so much different with a natural kick drum sound. I mean, the trigger, it doesn't matter if you play doubles or singles, you just get the same thing. But with the natural bass drum, it really sounds kind of neat. Hopefully I can actually execute it. We'll see.
haven't I played tonight? Noah played that. Anybody got any questions while I search?